On the surface, you are loving. On the surface, you are angry. On the surface, you are working. On the surface, you are earning money. But inside, you are away from all of it. From all of it. There is a parable in the life of Krishna. Because on the surface, he was legally married to 3 women and had 16,000 women who were ready to cater to his wishes. Those were the girls he had actually saved from the tyranny of a particular king. And they all became his disciples and stayed in the same. So somebody asked him, you tell me, people call you Yogi Raj. Raj means Raja, the king. And Yoga means the yogi, the one who is completely detached. You see, I don't understand this. You are a king ruling the country. And as a man, you are surrounded by so many women. Officially, you have 3 wives. You married them. How are you a Yogi Raj? So he says, I have a friend who's sitting across the river and meditating. Would you please take this food, deliver to him, come back and I'll answer your question. A beautiful metaphor, beautiful parable. So he takes the food and goes on the river bank and finds out, he sees the meditator across the river, but there is no bridge to cross it. And he is now afraid to step into the water. So he goes back. He said, Krishna, there is no way to cross that river. He said, I'll give you the solution. You go back to the river and pray to the angel of water and ask him, O angel of water, if Krishna is a Yogi Raj, then with his power of being Yogi Raj, please give me the way. He goes back, he prays to the water, and the water parts. He crosses the river. Put the plate in front of the yogi and bows back and come back to the river and the water is joined again. So now he cannot go back. So he goes back to the yogi and says, please help me. And the yogi says the same thing, but in a different tone. He says, go back to the water and pray to the angel of the water, but this time say, if this yogi does not live on the food, is a pavan ahari, only lives on the air, then give me the space. He does that, and the water parts, and he comes back, and now he has 2 questions. Earlier there was only 1. I just brought the food for him, and he says, I live on only air. How is that possible? If he lives on the air, Why did Krishna ask me to take the food to him? So now he comes back and he throws himself at his Krishna's feet and says, look, rather than creating these riddles for me, I was confused already enough looking at your name. Now you added another thing to it. The guy for whom I took the food, he says, I am actually a paa-ay. I live only on the air. And the crazy part is, the angel of water agrees with both of you. Why don't I see this? And he says, well, the problem is you are mixing the two dimensions, outer dimension and the inner dimension. And you are assuming whatever is on the outer dimension is also the same in the inner dimension. Both of us are true. He is Pavanahari and I am a Yogi Raj. I am a Yogi Raj because internally I have no desire or attachment to any one of these thousands of women you see around me. That's why I am a yogi, because I have transcended that attraction, that pull, that need is no longer there. But in the outside world, I acted. I have no need to be a king, but on the outside world, I acted. I look like one. Inside, I am completely detached from the kingdom. So is the case with that yogi and the other saint, the meditator. He has no need for food. He has transcended it. He didn't go ask for it. And he's so much transcended that he doesn't push it back either, because that will be negative attachment. So if you brought it, you put it in front of him, that's okay, leave it there. And if you go back, you will find out that somebody else came and took the food. And he didn't object to that either. Because when we want to detach from somebody, we say, hey, I don't touch. You see these type of yogis, I don't touch the money. Give it to my disciple. Because I don't touch the money. Somebody will say, put it under my seat here. Because I don't want to use my hand to touch it. See what a drama it is? A Bairagi is the one who lives in the world, be in the world, but only on the outer dimension. And that comes from practice. Our inborn capability is to be only actors with him. With everybody else we are here. We only learn to act for him. We go to the temples, we go to the churches, we go to the mosques, we go to the all religious institutions, and we act as if we are religious. As if we have come here to do something very, very holy. There is a story from the life of the first, who was the founder of Sikhism, the first master, Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Because when he declared and became publicly known to the world as a mystic, as a Brahmagyani, his declaration was, there is no Hindu and there is no Muslim. They are all one. So, the king of that village came to him who was a Muslim and said, you declared there is no Muslim and there is no Hindu, would you be ready to come to a mosque with me and do the prayer? And he said, absolutely.